Hi, are you African and you live in Africa, but you want to study in the United States of America for free, absolutely free, and you do not know where to start or how to start? Then you want to grab a chair and sit down and join me in this series as I walk you through from the start to finish. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Excellence Anurika Joshua, and thank you for staying through till this point. If this is the first video watching on my channel, there are so many other videos. This is a series on applying for graduate school in the United States for Africans, and I hope you find value. In this video, I'm going to be talking about if you need a GRE or a TOEFL or GMAT and all of that, and how to prepare without breaking the bank. Now, GRE, are standardized tests, and GMAT that kind of can give you an ace or just show that you're ready for grad school, like you're quite skilled in quantitative, and they just use it to judge you, kind of analytical thinking and all of those kind of things. While TOEFL and IELTS are English test. I'm Nigerian, and I was English is the only language I really speak well, and that's what I've been taught in all my life. But then there are some schools in the United States that still require you to write IELTS or TOEFL or use of English test. When they say use of English test, is that TOEFL or IELTS? I've never written an IELTS academic test, but I've written an IELTS general test. Um, for most schools, they waive this for Nigerians, and if they don't waive it for you, you can go and check. You can also write them to say, I think my um I wrote English, and I even maybe send them your WIEC if possible to ask if they could waive it for you. Sometimes they really do not. And I've had a school who accepted my IELTS general, right? Even though it was IELTS general, so that hey, I can do English. So IELTS and TOEFL, you can choose the one you want to write. To be honest, I haven't taken TOEFL. I do not know, but IELTS, I think there are a lot of hacks and tutorials that you can get on with that. I'm not going to be talking about that as much. But then always check what the English requirement is. And that's why I say start early. So check early to see what the requirements are so that you can get on with it. If you have to write the exam, you give yourself some time to practice. I'm going to be talking about writing the exam in a bit. But then GRE and GMAT, I learned GMAT is more quantitative than GRE. GMAT is mostly people that do MBA, business schools, and engineering programs. But GRE, you can also use it in business schools and engineering programs as well as other schools. But the quant is not as heavy, that's the quantitative is not as heavy as GMAT. When it comes to studying, there's so many free and paid resources around, but I think free resources work. But what I would tell you is do a lot of practice tests. Before you even start studying, like do a practice test first. The practice test will tell you where you are. And there are many free practice tests to tell you where your strengths are. When I wanted to do a GMAT, when I did a practice test, I got all the questions on that quant, but I got only one in the verbal. I failed the other ones. And then in the analytical, I think I got just two and I failed one. So let me know that I wasn't strong in verbal. And I actually know I probably wasn't, but I knew that I had a very good analytical mind. So it helped me know when I'm studying what to focus more on. I've always been good at maths and calculus. So I knew that, but it's not just knowing that, you needed to be sure. So do a lot of practice tests. When you do a practice test, it gives you an idea. Then when you're studying, intermittently do practice tests. I would have just said keep doing as many practice tests as possible and you get an excellent score. But the truth is when you do a practice test, you need to also understand why you feel this and understand the concept, because it's not just about, sometimes you have to use your thinking to be able to get, and when you understand the concept, it helps you. I'm saying this because I've written quite some certification exams as well, or standardized tests that I just know practice tests work. Please do your practice test. Then some schools you can ask for waivers. In most times when they put that GRE or GMAT required, if you go and study the school program, you'll see why it's required. You see that they said, oh, really for this program you have a strong quantitative or analytical mind, or they need you quantitative. So if you've probably done, maybe applying for a PhD and you did undergrad stuff, or in undergrad you did some very engineering math calculus and you had a distinction, or you did something good or something, you can write them with that proof and ask that, will you waive this thing for me as I'm applying? You could say because of time. You could also say because of the cost. Maybe you can afford it at that time, but then you have proof that you have an alternative that shows you've actually met this if they're going to waive it for you. Sometimes these things are not black and white on the website that you're going to waive, but you have to be bold and check and push through and write the program director and see. And it's possible they might. You might also want to put in your statement of purpose to say, this is why I could not write it, but then I have this experience that actually covers for this. Because I'm doing a master's at this capstone base, I had to show I'd done a project that was fully a project, research, quantitative, qualitative analysis, and all of that, and even showing the courses I'd done in research project to show that I met a particular program. So you want to do that. So that's it about GMAT and GRE. Then the final thing I want to talk about in terms of tests and requirements is the WES. WES, that's the evaluation. Most schools do not require it. Some schools do. Some will tell you it's enough to send your student copy of your transcript as long as it's in English. Then when you get admitted, you will send an official copy. It could be from your school or from WES. I beg you in the name of God. WES takes a lot of time to evaluate. And if you studied in Nigeria, they can take a lot of time before they send your result to WES. So don't make that mistake of waiting till you get it and then you start pursuing it. It can be a lot. Whereas when they evaluate and they have a result, they can keep it for 5 years. So just do it and wait. Hold on. Especially when you're applying, you can start now, send the results for them there to evaluate and wait. Then have your own copy of your transcript. I thought to apply for my transcript in school was going to take a very short time. Oh my God. Hecksha. It took me almost 7 months. The first time I even tried was like almost a year. They said they didn't see some of my file and water. So I just abandoned it. But later I now went to it. In fact, I had to travel to Ibadan. I had to go to the registry. I had to kneel down, like find a way to go to the office and beg. And then I say, I took flight and I'm going back. And I really need this. And now I'm applying for my doctorate. I need a student copy of an extended trust me, extended transcript. And it's still been taking forever. And they've sent this thing to West. I just need a copy to submit. My brothers and my sisters, I have had to even do a cold mail to the vice chancellor to copy the vice chancellor, the vice chancellor, to the chancellor to copy the vice chancellor, copy the deputy vice chancellor, academic, copy the registrar. Like I have just been disturbing of them. Went to find them on LinkedIn, send them a message because I didn't want to call them out. So you don't want to make that mistake. Start early. And to think I paid for this student copy in April and they'd already sent the copy to Mass and where so just send me my own copy. It has been a lot of drama. And for a school like UI that can even be considered as considered standard, you can imagine some other schools. So please start early. So those are my thoughts about test. In the next set of videos, which I'm going to be releasing maybe in the next 2 days or something, I'm going to be talking about the application process, the interview process, and the interview process. Then we're going to talk about after you apply, what next, navigating visas and life in the US and all of that. Then, like I told you, I have a series where I'm going to be bringing people that have also had funding. I have a friend who is from United Arab Emirates and he's going to be talking about his funding he got. I have someone from Uganda, I have from Kenya, and just different places that we're going to be talking about all of this. So I hope you find value. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It's not monetized now. Just subscribe, please, because I want more people to benefit from this. And remember to like this video, comment, and share. Please, just like. Hey, Joe. Thank you. And I wish you all the best in your process. Remember, if you want me to review, the link is in the caption. If you want a clarity session with me, you can book a clarity session and we will talk about your options and where you should start from and how to approach it. Yes, you can do that with me. Thank you guys and have a nice day. Bye.